beautiful morning to you, our wonderful listeners and viewers, and welcome to the breakfast show this morning on View Ultimate FM. It's another beautiful Tuesday morning, the 18th day of January 2022. Just few days to the end of the month. Thank God. Finally, January will be over. My name is Mercy Carter, your host for the program this morning. Do well to join us live on Facebook at Ultimate FM, like our page to get notified anytime we're live to be part of all our other programs. You can also listen to us live via our website at www.yourradiofm.com. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Official Ultimate FM and YouTube at Ultimate FM. The newspaper headlines for this morning will come to you right after this short commercial break, so don't go anywhere.
Yes. It's VO Resort and Event Center. Do you need some time away from the hustle and bustle of the city to relax, kick back, and have some fun? Time off with family, friends, and that special someone. You have an event and need a beautiful accommodating space to host your guests? Look no further. VO Resort and Event Center has got your back. With our 1,000-seater hall, restaurant and bar, poolside, gym, tennis courts, golf course, VIP space, kids play courts, alluring bedrooms, and a serene environment to cap it all up, nothing is left uncovered. VO Resort and Event Center is located at kilometer 36 Ishara, Agoiwoye Road, Ishara Remo, Ogun State. Telephone 081-687-09103, 090-416-26640, and 091-374-23830. With VO Resort and Event Center, you've made the right choice.
You're listening to the best radio station on the planet. The radio station you can't live without. This is your radio. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
View Radio.
View Radio.
View Radio.
View Radio. View Radio FM. We are the best.
One day, come on, leave this radio for me now. They enjoy this View Radio.
Hey, gida leave him for me for View Radio. Like me, I enjoy them for me. I just want to now go.
Hello. Give me the full volume of this FM. I'm enjoying this View Radio.
This morning on View Ultimate FM. Don't forget to join us live on Facebook at Ultimate FM and like our page to get notified anytime we're live to be part of our programs. On the Vanguard newspaper this morning, uncontrolled sugar consumption unhealthy, Anderson's farmer warns. The chairman and chief executive officer of Anderson's Pharmaceuticals Limited, Mr. Bright Edom, has admonished Nigerians to be moderate in sugar consumption, says uncontrolled use can fuel non-communicable diseases such as diabetes. Speaking in Lagos, Edom said that due to uncontrolled use of sugar found in foods and drinks, such as beverages, beer, and among others, a lot of people are down with increasing sugar levels. Edom, who is the convener of Diabetic Support and Prevention Foundation, said that they have concluded plans to educate and bring to the fore the ravaging effects of diabetes, particularly type 2 diabetes. I think we all know this generally, that excessive intake of sugar can cause diabetes, but it's the fact that a lot of people still don't want to, when you know something, the way they say smokers are liable to die young, but they still smoke. That's exactly the same thing that happens when it comes to uncontrolled sugar consumption. So you know very well that okay, it can lead to this, but then you're like, oh, I'm still young, or I'm still this. You know, such sicknesses, they don't really care about how old you are or how young you are, those kind of things. So there's nothing like diabetes is an age related sickness. I hear people say that a lot, so it doesn't really affect young people. It's the old people. In my mind, I'm like, really, you don't mean it. But then it's not about whether you're old or young. It can affect anybody. So it's the earlier we start preventing such disease, the better for us.
Yeah.
So if you know that you're someone that is really, you're that sugar type,
Yeah.
Okay, so I even have somebody that is even guilty here. Thank God that I'm not
Okay,
the
start
only
working on it.
I'm not the only one. So, you have to start working on it before it's too late. Prevention is better than cure, and the earlier you start preventing it, the better for everybody. All right, still on the Vanguard newspaper, panic in Delta community as rival groups engage in shootout. There was panic in the Ekman area of Uwe local government area of Delta State yesterday as rival factional youths clashed. The youth set bonfire at two different ends of Ekpan but were dispersed by security operatives who later brought the situation under control. Vanguard gathered that a youth leader in the area allegedly arrested a youth loyal to a rival group, a situation that led to an exchange of gunfire until security men took over major areas in the town. President Ekpan Youth Mr. Victory Nanakparo said the alleged arrest of some youth triggered the crisis, urging the state government to restore enduring peace in the area. I really do hope that they're going to listen to, the chairman of the youth group, that they should restore peace in the area. This thing about youth fighting one another, this faction is fighting this faction, it doesn't really make sense if you think about it, because what are you fighting yourselves for? I thought we were supposed to be one, but just for some kind of reasons, youth allow themselves to be victims of this circumstance. So they allow themselves to be used by some people that, they'll promise them this and that, and then they say, we are members of this group, we're members. Why are we fighting ourselves? We are supposed to, be one so that we can make a change, and we are here fighting ourselves over what exactly? Just because they have promised you one small money, or they are giving you one small money or power. Probably power, so you're not feeling
exactly.
So you're feeling like, okay, if I'm a member of this group, I'm more powerful than you.
And you don't talk to me anyhow, and they just feel like they are too big for the government or for the police to actually arrest or judge them or anything like that.
And it's such a pity. It's such a pity because in this 2022, I think that we should be more enlightened than that as youth. We should not allow ourselves to be used. A lot of people just allow themselves to be as touts, especially by the politicians. They just use them and feel like, oh, don't worry, I'll just give them one small money
and buy them drinks or something like that. And they're okay, they're good to go.
Such a pity. All right. On the Vanguard newspaper as well, Aregbesola orders shoot on sight of persons attempting to attack prisons. Minister of Interior Rauf Aregbesola yesterday ordered prisons officers to shoot dead anybody who attempts to attack any prison in the country. The minister gave the order while inspecting the facility at the Agodi Custodial Center in Ibadan. Aregbesola said any attack on any prison is an attack on the state, and such must never be allowed again. His words, the most important thing is the security of these facilities. Make these facilities impregnable. What do you think about the whole shoot on? I'm sorry, I'm laughing. What do you think about the whole shoot on sight thing? Do you think that is the right thing to do?
I won't really say that is the right thing to do, because just killing anybody anyhow, they should actually make the security very tight. I guess that would be the best thing to do. Cause
instead of just saying shoot on sight.
No,
and he didn't just say shoot on sight. He said shoot them, make sure they die. So shoot them dead. And
it might be an innocent person and anything like that. Stray bullets, we know stray bullet and all that.
And something about our policemen in this country is when you're giving them when you give them the power, or you tell them do something, what they do is completely. So maybe you tell them punish the person, they will kill the person. person. So now you've said shoot them. They will definitely make sure the person dies. And they might even end up shooting innocent people, all in the name of, they said if you see anybody, so you should just
close to
shoot
the
the
prison.
you should shoot the
That's
person and
seriously.
things like that. So I don't know if that is the best.
I don't really
think,
buy the idea.
yeah, of
Seriously.
I think the best thing to do is to make sure you tighten the security in that particular place instead of saying, okay, we're going
Just shoot anybody. Or
shoot
anything
on
like that.
sight.
They don't even value lives anymore.
It's a pity.
Nigeria healthy.
Lastly, on the Vanguard newspaper, Nigeria needs young, vibrant, experienced leaders to succeed Buhari, Ebonyi APC. The Ebonyi State chapter of the All Progressive Congress APC Monday stressed that the type of personality that the country needs to succeed President Muhammadu Buhari was a young, vibrant, and experienced leader like Governor David Umahi of Ebonyi State. The party, which argued that since Umahi was entrusted with leadership of Ebonyi State and had performed well, added that it would be imperative that we join forces with other well-meaning Nigerians and advocate that Governor Umahi should be prepared to lead us in Nigeria, for he has been tested and trusted. Initially, when I read the first part of the headline, I was thinking they just wanted to leave it like that.
For you,
And they are recommending... and
this seems like a campaign.
now, it's obviously a campaign. I don't have an issue with a campaign or whatever it is. But then saying that he has done so much in Ebonyi State, well, we do not. I'm not the citizen of Ebonyi State. I don't live in Ebonyi State. But then, if he has indeed done well for Ebonyi State and he wants to rule, I don't see any reason why he should not be given the opportunity to campaign or come out and make his intentions known to Nigerians.
Yeah.
What I have a problem with is the fact that they keep on making
This
it look
person
like this
is
person
meant
has the
to
right.
be-
This person is meant to be the president. This person is meant to be this person meant to be that. I don't think Nigerians are objects. We are humans, and we are the ones that have the right to vote for who we want. So the fact that they are now making it look like they are going to force it down our throat, like this person has the right to rule you guys, I'm confused. Are we not the ones that are supposed to vote for the person? Why are they making it look like if we say he's ruling? If we say Tinubu is going to be the next president, is going,
Like,
and
if you like it or
they
not.
say as long as he has consulted with the current president. So it's supposed to be a matter of consultation now. I really don't think that is the best approach, because trust me, Nigerians are now wiser than they were 4 years or 3 years ago. Yeah, they are wiser than they were, and such statements might only make it look like, okay, obviously there is no free and fair election anywhere, so they are trying to tell us that our votes don't count. So whether you come out to vote or you don't come out to vote, who is going to become president is still going to become president, and it shouldn't be so, because trust me, Nigerians are wiser, like I've said. And what I have an issue with is, my number one problem right now is the fact that all the people that have come out to declare their intentions of being the next president, or campaigning to be the next president of Nigeria, all of them are people that we already know, and they are people that have been in power at one time or the other, but we saw really little results when they were there. Now my question is, the same young Nigerians that are saying we don't want the same people again, we want a change, we want better governance, I've not actually seen one person, one young Nigerian that came out to say, okay, I want to actually do this, I want to contest to be the next president, I want to contest to be the next senator of my...
Nobody's ready. Like they will say, if you actually ask a youth like that, tell you, I cannot die for others. I cannot fight okay, I want to be the next president. What if they kill me? What if this and that? What if politics is a game actually? So
quite all right, we know politics is a game, but we should ask ourselves this question: Are we ready? Are we ready to go through that route for another 4 or 8 years, as the case may be? Are we ready again? That's what we should ask ourselves, because we have been in this for how many years? We keep saying, I'm not ready to risk my life for anybody, I'm not ready to do this, I'm still really young, I have my whole life ahead of me. But then we are all in this suffering together. So whether you like it or not, if nobody comes out to say, okay, this is what I want to do, and the way the situation is now, if one well-meaning Nigerian youth comes out, somebody that we can actually trust, comes out and say, okay, I want to do this, Nigerians are going to support the person, because at this point we just want anything that will give us a change in this country. But I don't know what's happening. Probably, like you have rightly said, everybody is scared for their lives, and some people are also really discouraged, especially with the way the things are happening, with the kind of statements that are flying around. I've consulted with the president and he has given me his go ahead.
Tested and trusted,
you know, that kind of thing. And everybody is thinking that, okay, if I even come out to contest, I might just start covering my face in shame at the end of the day, because nothing is going to happen. And even if the people come out and say they are going to support me, at the end of the day their votes might not count. And I think that is the fear of many young people that would want to actually come out and, you know, contest. But we hope that, you know, people leave that mindset behind and come out more. All right, that was it this morning on the Vanguard newspaper. More headlines will come to you right after the short commercial break, so don't go anywhere.
Yes, yes, yes. It's VO Resort and Event Center. Do you need some time away from the hustle and bustle of the city to relax, kick back, and have some fun? Time off with family, friends, and that special someone. You have an event and need a beautiful, accommodating space to host your guests? Look no further. VO Resort and Event Center has got your back. With our 1,000-seater hall, restaurant and bar, poolside, gym, tennis courts, golf course, VIP space, kids play courts, alluring bedrooms, and a serene environment to capital of, nothing is left uncovered. VO Resort and Event Center is located at kilometer 36 Ishara, Agoiwoye Road, Ishara Remo, Ogun State. Telephone 081-687-09103, 090-416-26640, and 091-374-23830. With VO Resort and Event Center, you've made the right choice.
You're listening to the best radio station on the planet. The radio station you can't live without. This is your radio. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
View Radio.
View Radio. View Radio.
View Radio. View Radio FM. We are the best.
One day, come on, leave this radio for me now. I enjoy this VO radio.
Gida leave him for me for VO radio. Like me, I enjoy them for me. Haji Koko, na godi.
Hello. Give me the full volume of this FM. I'm enjoying this view radio.
Breakfast show this morning on VO Alternate FM. How are you doing this morning?
Fine.
Hope you slept well.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, what do you have for us on the Punch newspaper?
Okay. On the Punch newspaper this morning, police arrest man for raping 80-year-old woman in Nasarawa. The Nasarawa State Police Command says it has arrested one Mr. Edo, a 43-year-old man, for allegedly raping an 80-year-old woman in the state. The public relations officer in the state, ASP Rahman Nansel, disclosed this in a press statement made available to our correspondent in Lafia on Sunday. According to the statement, the suspect, who is an indigene of Kaduna State but resident in Garako in the Kokona local government area of Nasarawa State, went to the house of the octogenarian woman who lives alone and forcefully raped her. Okay, my question here is, what's like an 80-year-old woman,
what's so attractive
exactly
in an 80-year-old woman to a 40-year-old man?
The wrinkles and everything.
No, let's not even go out.
Well, seriously,
let's not go there. But what exactly would prompt a 40-year-old man to do that? I think it's something diabolical. I don't think it's ordinary. Like you just stand up and you
just
see
see-
all the young ladies that are
They
around
are
your
not being
same age
attractive,
range,
and just
and you just said
decide
okay
to-
it is, and you not just say
No.
okay the woman is attractive, you went to rape her, meaning that it's not something normal. There might be something behind it, and a lot of things are happening nowadays, so I wouldn't really say it's normal. In fact, many things that happen, many criminal activities that happen nowadays are for one diabolical purpose or the other, either for ritual or for this or for that. People don't really just do things anymore.
But you
There's
know,
always a story
but you
behind
know,
it.
there's some people like men that will tell you that I have taste. Like
You have taste
Um,
for what? You have
They're
taste.
just
You have
so
taste for no. You
mental
have
stuff,
taste for
like-
what? Thank you for including that mental stuff. I always say this, and I will always continue to say it's not everybody you see walking on the road that is normal. So you just see someone dressing all fine, looking all cute, clean, and you think that the person is, my dear, not everybody is you. And you know, in this part of the world, they feel like, especially in Nigeria, we feel like it is only someone we see close to the dustbin, someone we see wearing rags, someone we see looking tattered that is mad. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked that there are a lot
Okay.
of people that even have offices, like they have real
Dressed
good
in
jobs,
suits.
dressed in suits that are not normal upstairs. And that is just the truth, to be frank. So let's not even start saying it is only people that, and many people don't want to acknowledge that fact that mental illnesses are actually real sicknesses that can be treated. They are not life sentences. So once you have a mental illness, rather, people just throw you away and say, okay,
exactly.
for
You don't
life
want
you are
to be
going to be
insulted
mad.
and all.
We have psychiatric hospitals, and that is why we have them, so that you go there, check in, and tell them your problem. But I won't actually blame people that don't want to do that, because you are going to be stereotyped as a mad person generally.
Yeah, left. Oh god.
And that is the part that we need to start working on in this country. I know outside the country, things like that are not really looked at as one big deal. People go to psychiatric hospitals every day, and they are treated and they come out okay. But here in Nigeria, once you go there, people just feel like, this one,
Person don't mad, bro.
this one is gone forever. But it's not supposed to be so. The earlier we start looking at these things, like things that actually happen, the better for us, because it will make people come out more to get treated. A lot of people that do stuff like this, they are passing through one sort of problem, but they can't talk to anybody, and they can't do anything, because once they see anything, they will say, oh, this one,
Yeah,
you
they
are
believe
mad
nobody
for life.
understands them. Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay, also on the Punch newspaper this morning, man rapes 3-year-old daughter in Bauchi.
Why do you keep bringing up cases of rape this morning? Is it not too early for this? I honestly, I would say the same thing. I don't want to keep hearing about cases of rape.
But seriously, this has been something that is rampant in our
Exactly.
society.
Exactly,
Like
true.
rape and all that. Okay, the police in Bauchi have arrested a man in Doya in the Kefi local government area of the state for allegedly raping his 3-year-old daughter. The police public relations officer, Bauchi State Command, Ahmed Wakil, in a statement made available to journalists in the state on Saturday, said that the incident happened on 9th January 2022, following a report made by the victim's mother at the Kefi Divisional Police Headquarters. Okay, she said later she came back to the room. Her husband, one Ali Lawan, that's the name of the man, asked her to bring him a mat to lay down their daughter, Ajara, age 3, to sleep. Later, she came back to the room and met Ajara lying down unconscious, sweating and vomiting through her mouth and nose, and her private part was swollen.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
The thing now is, my question is, this woman should have noticed something, because it cannot just start in a day.
No, probably that was the first time. Probably, you know where the angle I'm even coming from now is not the fact that she should have noticed something. I'm actually going to applaud her. You know why? We live in times where women do all sort of things because they feel like they're trying to protect their husband and they're trying to keep their family together. You see a case whereby a father rapes the daughter, and the mother will say they should not report it to the police, they should settle it in the house. You know, that kind of thing, because you don't want everybody to feel like your husband is a rapist, or you don't want the news to spread and people start looking at your family. Fine, I understand the part of the stereotype. I understand the fact that people, it's normal. Society will definitely start looking at that family like, those people, they are not normal, or the father raped the daughter, that kind of thing. And people will start saying all sort of things. But still, that is not enough reason to put the life of your child at risk. Because the fact that you do not report it, the fact that you try to conceal it, only means that the man is going to do it again.
Sure thing.
You understand?
keep on doing it.
But for the woman to actually pick up that courage and say, fine, I'm going to report this to the police, only shows that she's not really concerned about what people are going to say. And that is what more people need to be doing. I've seen so many instances where mothers will try to cover up their husband because we don't want people to say this, we don't want people to say that, we don't want our family to be disgraced. Which family exactly? The family where the man is raping the daughter. That's the family you don't want to be disgraced. So I'm happy she actually reported, and I'm happy that the man was caught. Now what we want is justice, not just it's not enough for the man to just be arrested. A lot of times these cases end up being swept under the carpet because the police might just say, "We should go and settle it in your house."
But that settling in the house is not. I did been I'm a judge. Sorry, it's not like I'm athlete. So, but I guess cutting the woman would be the best judgment ever. Like seriously. Okay. Also on the Punch newspaper, we have woman pours boiling water on daughter's breast in Delta community.
It seems that these headlines that you're bringing up this morning. You just want to select
just
the
domestic,
strange
like, kind of
things that
domestic
happen.
violence and everything
I'm
like that.
confused.
Okay, a middle-aged woman resident in Ekpan community in Delta State, same Ekpan, has been arrested by operative of the state police command for allegedly pouring boiled water on the breast of her own daughter, Merit. The name of the suspect was yet to be ascertained as of the time of filing the story. But the Delta Secretary of the Center for the Defense of Human Rights, Israel Joe, stated via his Facebook page on Saturday that the Divisional Police Officer, Ekpan Division, Blues Musa, assisted the CDHR in arresting the woman. Okay. Like, whatever, like, I don't know, since she's your daughter, like, you gave birth to her, there's no how she will offend you, and you think the next thing is boiling water, and you carry it, and you pour it on. I'm very sure it's not just the breast that they said that the water will pour on. It will be almost all her body. So you decide to disfigure your daughter for one thing or the other.
It's the same thing that we just talked about with the father raping the daughter. It's the same thing, like, you gave birth to this child. You understand? You formed this child. So how come you have the mind to rape the child? The same thing is happening with this woman. Now, I think I came across this headline, and what the story basically said was the woman had been warning the girl about her, promiscuous attitude and behaviors. Probably she was keeping late nights, going out with men and all that. As a concerned mother, in quotes, as a concerned mother, in quotes, she thought the right way was to pour hot water on the girl's breast. Probably that one will make her less promiscuous, so she will no longer look attractive, so she wouldn't be able to go out and continue. But then when you think about it, let's sit down first and think about it for a moment. Did she do harm or good to the girl? Because I'm confused now. According to what the girl said that was not the case. Definitely, even if that was the case, you would want to deny and say that was not the case. So the girl said that was not the case, that it was the woman actually started hating her mother started hating her after her father got bedridden. So apparently the woman is frustrated. She has to take care of the home on her own. Their dad is sick, and she has to pay the bills and do all sort of things. So, but then that is still not enough reason for you to pour hot water on your child. I want to ask, is that a form of discipline or what? Because here in Nigeria, probably someone would just say she's trying to discipline the child. But then still, the girl is a teenager. Pouring hot water is not the solution. In fact, even if the girl is a child, pouring hot water is abuse.
Even no matter how frustrated.
In fact, it's attempted murder.
Like, no matter how frustrated.
Because the girl can actually die from those burns. It's attempted murder. So why would you do that?
Even if you're frustrated, that does not mean you should pass aggression on your own daughter.
So imagine, I was seeing comments on that issue. Imagine what she did to her child. Now imagine what she would do to another person's child. These are the kind of people that have house help, domestic help, and they will brutalize the help to the extent that, in fact, you will start wondering, does this woman has a child at all? If she can do this to her own child, she will do worse to someone else's child. That's just it.
Okay, that is all.
All right, that was this on the Punch newspaper this morning. More headlines will come to you after this break, so stay tuned.
Yes. It's VO Resort and Event Center. Do you need some time away from the hustle and bustle of the city to relax, kick back, and have some fun? time off with family, friends, and that special someone. You have an event and need a beautiful accommodating space to host your guests? Look no further. VO Resort and Event Center has got your back. With our 1,000-seater hall, restaurant and bar, poolside, gym, tennis courts, golf course, VIP space, kids play courts, alluring bedrooms, and a serene environment to cap it all up, nothing is left uncovered. VO Resort and Event Center is located at kilometer 36 Ishara, Agoiwoye Road, Ishara Remo, Ogun State. Telephone 081 687 09103, 090 416 26640, and 091 374 23830. With VO Resort and Event Center, you've made the right choice.
You're listening to the best radio station on the planet. The radio station you can't live without. This is your radio. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
View Radio.
View Radio.
View Radio.
You radio.
View Radio FM. We are the best.
Ah, damn it.
One day, come on, leave this radio for me now. I dey enjoy this VO radio.
Hey, gida leave him for me for PO radio. Wallahi, me I dey enjoy am for me. Haji ko na gode.
Hello. Give me the full volume of this FM. I'm enjoying this view radio.
Yes. It's VO Resort and Event Center. Do you need some time away from the hustle and bustle of the city to relax, kick back, and have some fun? Time off with family, friends, and that special someone. You have an event and need a beautiful accommodating space to host your guests? Look no further. VO Resort and Event Center has got your back. With our 1,000-seater hall, restaurant and bar, poolside, gym, tennis courts, golf course, VIP space, kids play courts, alluring bedrooms, and a serene environment to cap it all up, nothing is left uncovered. VO Resort and Event Center is located at kilometer 36 Ishara, Agoiwoye Road, Ishara Remo, Ogun State. Telephone 081 687 09103, 090 416 26640, and 091 374 23830. With VO Resort and Event Center, you've made the right choice.
Breakfast show this morning on View Ultimate FM. Don't forget that you can join us live on Facebook at Ultimate FM and like our page to get notified anytime we're live to be part of our programs. Now, on the Guardian newspaper, hundreds of Kaduna residents flee as bandit attack. Hundreds of residents are fleeing Damari community in Benengwari local council of Kaduna State as bandits moving on motorcycles invaded the villages yesterday. Some of the villagers alleged that the bandits were in pursuit of members of a group loyal to a notorious warlord, Malam Abba, whom the Kaduna State Police Command in 2020 confirmed to be a member of Boko Haram. The Guardian gathered that before the bandits invaded the community yesterday, a deadly clash had ensued on Friday between the terrorists and the lieutenant of Abba, in which several bandits were killed. Consequently, President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered the military to respond robustly to the cases of killings and kidnappings in Niger State and to give effect to the strategic objectives through the use of force. So now bandits and Boko Haram people are now fighting themselves.
Seriously, things are really happening.
Things are happening.
That northern states.
Things are happening. You know,
Seriously.
you said things are really happening in the north, but let's face the fact that these things are not only happening in the north anymore. They are now moving to the south, the southwest, the east. These bandits are coming. And if they are not stopped at this point, trust me, very soon whether we like it or not, they might just invade the entire country, and then we'll start fighting a massive war. So it is best now that they try to control them in the parts that they have invaded before, they get into the other part of the country. And the fact that Boko Haram and bandits are now fighting each other, terrorists fighting terrorists, it just tells you that there is fire on the mountain, and something needs to be done immediately, because they are not only fighting themselves, they're also causing harm to members of the community. If they were fighting themselves, trust me, I wouldn't have an issue. Kill yourselves, continue. But this thing is getting to other people in the community, in communities in the north, and the government needs to do something about it. I'm very happy.
Buhari said something about it
yes
already.
So they should deal with them very well,
exactly.
without mercy or anything. They should deal with them. All right, gunmen abduct Plateau paramount ruler. Another paramount ruler has been kidnapped in Wang district of Just South Local Council of Plateau State. The Dagwom Way of Wang, His Royal Highness Gwangot, was kidnapped on Sunday night on his home to Vom, few meters from the gate of the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, Kuru Jos. Confirming the incident, Police Public Relations Officer ASP Uba Ogaba said they had mobilized personnel to the area to rescue the monarch. According to a family source, the kidnappers are demanding 10 million naira ransom. Now, a traditional ruler in a village, where do they expect him to get 10 million naira? That is my question. That is my question. Where do they expect him to get 10 million naira? Things just happen in this country, and nobody sees anything about it. But I'm very happy that the police are trying to rescue this monarch. That is my joy, and I really do hope that he's going to be rescued. And sometimes even these people, these kidnappers, they'll tell you that, okay, pay this ransom. At the end of the day, collect the money and still kill the person. That is like the number one
50-50.
Yeah, so there's a 50-50 chance. Yeah, exactly. And that is the reason why anytime a kidnapper, if you are, God forbid, nobody's going to be in that position. But if at all you or any member of your family or your loved one, your friend, whoever is in that situation where they have been kidnapped, and the kidnappers are saying do not inform the police, brings to some amount of money, please do not listen to them, because most times you will still give them that money and they will kill the person at the end of the day. So make sure you involve the police. You guys can look for a way to keep on negotiating like nothing is happening, but then there should be an underground information that you're giving to the police, and they should be doing their investigations underground. You get, instead of just
they still know better. They can know how to just put one thing or the other together.
Exactly. They are trained for it.
Exactly.
Unlike you doing it on your own. Exactly. So make sure if you find yourself in such situation, or someone that is in that situation, don't say, okay, we're not going to inform the police. Make sure you inform the police while still carrying out your negotiation with them. Something will come out of it, definitely. Lastly, on The Guardian, anxiety as Lagos-Ibadan Expressway becomes hotspot for kidnappers. Commuters plying the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway are currently in fear of being kidnapped following reports of several abductions on the road. It was learnt that kidnappers on Saturday, January 8, 2022, abducted 5 passengers, while another person, Ibrahim Timiayu, was shot in the thigh. 8 days after the last operation by kidnappers on the highway at Onigari axis, the bandits struck again on Saturday, January 15, 2022, and kidnapped 3 persons at the Ishara Remo axis in Ogun State. It was gathered that the bandits, about 10 in number, emerged from a bush along the road dressed in military uniform and started shooting sporadically, aiming guns at the vehicles and their occupants. Some were able to escape, including a Nollywood actress, Bimpe Akintude, and her daughter. Wow. Here in Ishara, that is what I wanted to say. Here in Ishara, it is already, like what I was saying, we are thinking it's only happening in the north, but it is now happening here. And it's obvious that these people, their aim is not to kidnap and for ransom. Their aim is to kill and abduct the ones they can abduct, probably to use them for one form of ritual or the other.
Exactly. But this Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, this is where I pass almost like every Father Lord. It's God that is actually protecting
and
everybody.
that is the reason why we need to have more security operatives on the road. And now, how can we even differentiate between the real security operatives and because they were dressed in military uniform? So probably they will stop you on the road like they are members of the police or something, and at the end of the day, they end up kidnapping or shooting someone. We really do hope that the government listens to the cries of these people, because Lagos Ibadan Express is a major road. It's a travelers, coming from all parts of the past that road. So it is something that they really do need to look into before it is too late and before more people are victims to these bandits. All right, that was it this morning on the newspaper headlines. So last week we were talking about how to stop bad habits in children. Yeah, I don't know, something just came over me last week, and I was really passionate about parents educating their children on some things they need to know because of the high rate of crime nowadays, and people need to be safe basically. So I felt like we should talk about that more often. But today we're going to be talking about something different. Have you ever been in a situation where you have to go to work by 8 o'clock and you wake up 7:50? No, like not like you have to be at work by 8. You have to leave your house by 8 and you wake up 7:50, and then you start rushing, you start doing all sort of things. You have your bath so quickly, you do this just to make sure you meet up. Well, I've been in that situation. Probably not so much, but I've been in that situation. But there are some people that live that life as their regular life.
They don't care.
There are some people that's their routine. So they wake up in the morning, and by the time they are leaving their house, their entire house is disorganized. They themselves, they are disorganized. When they get to work, when they eventually get to work, they are disorganized. And something about disorganization is it doesn't just affect you as a person. It affects your output at work or wherever you are, your business, whatever. It affects you. It affects the people that are relating with you. Because definitely you cannot be in a rush, be in a haste, do everything, hurriedly and expect that you will get to work and be your normal self. Sometimes some people end up getting angry unnecessarily. Some people end up flaring up at work, doing the wrong thing. So you're supposed to submit this document and you submit another one. They end up being moody. All sort of things happen just because you were disorganized. So today we're going to be talking about organization generally. How to be more organized,
And I guess reasons for disorganization.
Yeah, reasons for disorganization. So let's start from there. Let's start from the reasons. What are some reasons that you feel, basic reasons why you feel people are always there are some people that is their life, like I said.
Lifestyle.
We all admit that there's this 1 or 2 times in our lives where we just end up being disorganized for one reason or the other. But there are some people that, like I said, that is their regular routine. You can never see them organized. That's their way of life. Their bed is always not made. Their shoe,
when I get back, I'll do everything.
I'm telling you, when I get back, I'll do whatever I want to do. And at the end of the day, they come back, still sleep like that,
so
and
tired.
wake up. So what are some of those reasons you feel that people are always disorganized?
Number one thing is procrastination. The procrastination. I'll do this thing later.
I'll do it let me be honest. Maybe not in the area of disorganization, but I'm someone that I can procrastinate a lot. So I'll say I'm supposed to read this book, and I'll say don't worry, I'll read it later. Or probably I read one chapter and I tell myself don't worry, I'll read the other chapter later. And trust me, sometimes I don't read out that chapter like 3 months. And I keep telling myself I'm going to read it later. So I think I agree with you on that. That is one reason why people are highly disorganized.
I will do this one later. Okay, let me scatter the house now. When I get to work, when I'm back,
why would you say let me scatter the house now? Why would you say let me scatter the house now?
Some might even say, okay, I'll fetch water today, and they don't have water to have their pets to work the next day. Like, I'll fetch water today, and when they get back, I'm so tired. Don't worry, I'll just quickly do 1 or 2 things and everything like that. So that's that on that. And another thing is actually indecision. Like, you don't decide on what to do. You might pick this clothes, pick this one. After wearing everything, in the next morning, that's when you know that I don't feel like wearing this clothes. Then you just have to scatter the wardrobe again,
and then you become disorganized. And something about these things might look petty, they might look very little, but it affects a lot of people. I've seen instances where you don't prepare yourself for the next day. So when you wake up, you just do things shabbily, like anyhow you like, and you move out. And then you end up being very angry with yourself. So it affects everything, like I said, affects everything about you. Whether you have your own business or you work for someone, it affects not just you, but the people that are around you. And then another reason why I feel people are disorganized is their perspective of life. So definitely you can never use 10 minutes to get ready for work. But people just tell themselves, it's not just a bit, it's not just a wear clothes. I will do it. I will do it. 10 minutes, I'm done. I'll be at work before 8:20. It is your perspective. Normally, we know that as normal people, you're supposed to wake up early instead of doing this. Some people just have this quick fix to life. So I'll do it quickly. You are a human being. You are not a machine. You're not a robot. So people, if you're able to change that perspective and say, okay, I can start doing things earlier. I can start doing things instead of rushing, instead of waiting for the last minute, instead of waiting for the deadline. Trust me, you're going to start becoming more organized. And lastly, I think another reason why people are highly disorganized most times is because of mental or emotional stress. Some people they see. I know someone that we used to work together. When she initially started working there, she was really all organized, but with time the pressure from work became so much. So she was closing past her regular closing time, and then she wasn't able to manage her time properly. She'll go to work, come back, and those type of things, and she just became very, very disorganized. So that's it. That's one of the. Now, why do you think organization is important?
Actually, it makes you like less forgetful. Like there's some things you jot down. Okay, just arrange. This is how my day will be. This is how my schedule is. This is what I'll do today, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Then everything will just go smoothly, like for you. And also meeting deadlines also. Like, okay, you are supposed to deliver this thing at this time. But when you're organized, you know that, okay, let me quickly run through this, let me quickly go through this, let me quickly do this thing. Then you know that, okay, by the time you are about to, so you can even do that before the deadline. But if you're disorganized, I don't think that's
I think another reason why organization is important, lastly, is it reduces your stress level. So instead of you to start overworking yourself out, there are a lot of things that you can do swiftly and easily without stressing yourself. But just because you didn't do it at the right time, or because you didn't do it properly, you end up being under a lot of stress. So it reduces stress. And another thing is that it increases your level of personal effectiveness. So even if you don't work for somebody, even if you work from home, in fact, whatever thing you're doing, you just realize that you'll be more effective because you didn't rush it. You didn't use 10 minutes to do something you're supposed to use 2 hours for. So that's basically it with organization. All right, that is where we wrap up the show this morning. We really do hope you enjoy this program. Until next time, do have a great day and bye for now.
Bye.